anxiety disorders. There are different types of anxiety. And now, when we talk about anxiety, there's one major problem that some of our youths are facing today. In fact, some of the elderly ones are also facing this problem, and this is social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder. Let me start by saying it is very important you are breaking free from social anxiety disorder. Let it be for you from fear to confidence. Now, have you ever walked into a room and suddenly felt like everyone is watching you? Your heart races, your palms sweat, your mind goes blank. You are not alone, and you are not just shy. Today we are talking about something deeper: social anxiety and how to overcome it. Let me start by saying that social anxiety is more than nervousness. It is the fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, or embarrassed in social situations. This can show up in different ways. For example, fear of speaking in public can be one of them. It can be avoiding conversations. You don't want to engage in talking with anyone. It can be overthinking, after interaction. It can be constant self-consciousness. It is not a personal flaw. It is learned pattern of fear. Learned pattern of fear. Now, this is an invisible prison. Let's look at how social anxiety controls you. Social anxiety creates a silent circle. You fear embarrassment, you avoid situations, you feel temporary relief, then the fear grows stronger. That's exactly how it controls people. And now, avoidance begin to feel safe at that point, but it strengthens the anxiety. So you are not escaping, you are reinforcing the fear with that. Looking at the root, where does this come from? Number one, just note that social anxiety often has a deeper root. Number one of it is past rejection. If you have experienced rejection before or humiliation, there is tendency for you have social or experience social anxiety. Number two, if you have experienced harsh criticism before, harsh criticism before, especially when you are growing up, when you were growing up, there's tendency for you to have social anxiety. Another one is perfectionism. Can also be the root of social anxiety, and of course, low self-worth. Low self-worth can be a root of social anxiety. Sometimes it's not about people. Sometimes it's not about you. It's about the story you believe about yourself. There is something we call core beliefs in psychology. Core beliefs, your view about yourself or about the world. Your perspective about yourself, about the world. Most of the time, our core beliefs are formed by the experiences of life which we have had at what point or the other. And those things are what formed our core beliefs. All right, so looking at the inner voice, your biggest battlefield. Now, listen to the thought behind the fear. There are so many thoughts around your fear. The first of it is this: I will mess up today. So, another way is that they will judge me today. Another one is that I am not good enough. These are not facts, they are distortions. And when you begin to ruminate on this, do you know what happened? There's going to be negative emotional consequences that eventually lead to negative behavioral consequences. All right, so and what you repeatedly think becomes what you emotionally experience. That is justice. Now, looking at the breaking the circle, there's a practical way of breaking the circle. Here is how to begin your freedom journey. Number one is to challenge your thoughts. Ask if this is true or just fair speaking. Okay, that's number one. You will not be able to challenge your thought on your own. That's why you need to talk to a professional, a therapist out there who can help you to actually, challenge your thoughts. Number two, you need to start small. Make eye contact. Say hello. Build gradually. Number three is to embrace imperfection. You don't need to perform. You need to be present. That's all you need to do. Number four, you need to face it, not avoid it. You need to face it and not avoid it. Growth sometimes happens when you step into discomfort, not away from it. Let's look at the holistic healing: spirit, soul, and body. True healing is holistic. True healing is in the body, calming your nerves via breathing exercises or relaxation exercises. Number two, soul. That is, you are renewing your thinking pattern. And number three is spirit. You anchor your identity beyond human approval. Your worth is not determined by people's opinion. Your worth is not determined by people's opinion. It is something deeper, something stable. Now, let me redefine confidence. Confidence is not even feeling anxious. It is showing up, even when you feel afraid. Okay? You don't need to eliminate fear to move forward. All you need to do is to be courageous, to act in spite of it. Social anxiety does not have to define your life. Start small, stay consistent, be patient with yourself. Freedom is not instant, but it is possible. And your voice, your presence is very, very important. Okay? And I will talk to you about this again. If you have any question about any of these I've mentioned today, you can meet me in the chat, and I will provide answers to your question or find time to see you. And I will talk to you again. Take care.